Okay, good afternoon. It's another week and of course a brand new edition of 60 Minutes Nigeria, a popular current affairs program where we dissect national issues, we crisscross the country, the nooks and crannies of the country, we comb it, and we bring you fresh news for discussion. My name is Egosa Agbolao, or Egosa Osamundiame Agbolao is my name. So welcome to today's edition of the program. I have with me a very, very renowned lecturer, academics, and of course a social commentator of repute, Dr. Maxwell Osage. Nice to have you with me today. Okay.
Yes, good afternoon.
Yes. So you're welcome. Our other guests hopefully will join us in the course of the program. Well, on today's show, we'll be taking a look at what we term political imbroglio and governors in Edo State, and of course in the country as well. We'll be taking a look at what is happening. Now, in Edo State, there is what we call palpable calmness in one of the major political parties, and that's the PDP. Now, we say uneasy calm in PDP. Now, why do we say that? What's the reason for that terminology? Because a lot is happening. The PDP is the ruling party in Edo State. Of course, the opposition at the national, the formidable opposition at the national. Now, at the state level, we've been seeing the social media has been awash with reports on the goings on within the party. Suspension of party chieftains, unconfirmed, Qatar suspension, unconfirmed litigations, and all of that. And don't forget that the PDP National Convention is just around the corner. Only today we're expecting, we'll be getting update on what transpired in court. That's at the national level now of the People's Democratic Party, talking about the injunction, which was adjourned. It was earlier filed, but adjourned to today. The PDP, Mr. Secondus, I don't know what to call him now, Mr. Secondus is still his own, what he actually applied for in the court, that is still the chairman and all that should be allowed to preside over the convention that was struck out, but the issue of injunction to stop the convention that was adjourned to today. So a lot of problems. But at the state level, we'll be dissecting that. We'll be dissecting that. The governor says he's the leader. Governor Obaseki made it public that he is the leader of the PDP in Edo State. We'll listen to that soundbite later on the show. But Dr. Maxwell, now this political imbroglio in PDP, at least the ruling party in Edo State. In APC, we understand that their own problem has been resolved because there was consensus, and Colonel Imusi retired is the chairman. So they've been able to put their own house in order. That's what we are told. And we also heard from Colonel Imusi retired. So what's your take on all of this?
Well, I like the topic.
Yeah.
So, indeed, it's an embarrassment.
Okay.
It's an embarrassment, but please permit me to first of all give thanks to God for how God rescued you. And in case maybe the viewer, you didn't know what happened, this man, in fact, the way God rescued him is a miracle that you and I cannot explain. A serious fatal accident, his car beyond repair, but God brought him out. It's only God that can do that, Ewosa.
Thank you very
much.
much.
God.
Thank you.
It's only God. So
Thank
constantly remain grateful to God.
Thank you.
He kept you alive for a purpose.
Thank you.
And that purpose is that you have not finished it. you have to continue with it.
Thank you very much.
Making the nation proud and contributing your quota.
Thank you.
Your friends, us, every one of us will join you to say thank you, God, for keeping you alive.
Thank you.
We understand that the car is beyond repair. There is a way God does his things. Certainly, something will happen, which I always believe.
Thank
God has
you.
a way of creating
Yes.
something from nothing.
Thank you.
And I believe that the car that you will get will be far, far better than the one that went down the line as a result of the accident. But above all, we thank God that God kept you for your family, kept you for your children, and kept you for your generation.
Thank you very much. Thank you.
So moving forward on
Okay.
this, the fact is this. It's a serious embarrassment.
Yes.
Where we find ourselves. I know many viewers at home will say, what is my business with political party?
Yes.
Or what is my business? Let me break it down. What is my business with political party embarrassment, killing themselves, showing themselves abnormally to the public and everything? It's our business. Because there is no way you determine a leader in this Nigeria without passing through a political party. According to our constitution, we do not have other constitution that say an individual candidate can just come out from nowhere. And no, you must pass through a political party, which means one way or the other, we are supposed to belong to one political party or the other. And if we don't belong, if we don't show interest, certainly that's when you constantly see them giving you candidates that you don't have choice over. In the general election, then you pick. And I do not want to make certain remarks. We saw what happened in 2019. We were as confused as 1960 something.
Yes.
Where we don't even know which and which to pick.
Okay.
So at the end of the day, some person just said, let's just stick with the devil we know and let's move on. I use Indians. I'm not talking to anybody.
Okay.
Now, moving forward, if you look at the PDP, yes, I understand when they say there is no problem in APC. The reason why there is no problem in APC is because it's not a ruling party in Edo State at the moment.
Okay.
You and I understand that barely a year or 2 years ago there was a serious problem there. So it's not all about we are calm with consensus.
Yes.
It's all about managing power.
Okay.
Managing power.
Yes.
Managing success.
Okay.
You know, some persons, when they are not there yet, they just, this is what I will do, this is what I will do. By the time that success comes, at the end of the day, it's quite difficult. But I have problem with the way Nigeria political setting is structured. Now, if you look at advanced country, you hardly see someone that you give power to focus on governance start discussing political matters. Now, I understand that the governor made an open remark that I am the leader of this party.
Yes.
If you cannot join us, rather than you creating a faction within a family, then you leave us. I respect the governor very well.
Okay.
I respect him so much. He's one of those governors that I've seen in recent times that before he say things, he calculates before saying it.
Okay.
But that remark wasn't a bit okay, because politics is all about carrying the people along. I think there is this strategy that is not really working for them in discussing and bringing the needed output out in their discussion.
Yes.
So as a result, political parties affair is not supposed to be something that the public will not be dissecting or discussing. You settle. If I have a problem in my family, I don't need to come on here. I don't need to come on here to tell the masses that there is a problem in my home.
Yes.
So if I have to come on here to start narrating myself that there is a problem in my home and everything, as a man, I failed. As the head of the house,
yes,
I've totally failed.
Yes.
So it means that I couldn't manage my home in the right order. So that's why you find out that we came to public and start mesmerizing ourselves, embarrassing ourselves. I think that's not the way to go if we must improve our democracy, if we must make sure that, I understand there are different agitations, different interests, and everything, but there are ways you can harmonize all these things together.
Okay, but looking at the governor of Edo State, Mr. Governor of Edo State, is a man that is well read, an intelligent personality, an intelligent governor. Now, when he picked the nomination form of the PDP, he made it public then that he has read the constitution of PDP, and that he's not the leader of the party. This is not the first time he's saying it. Okay. That he's the leader of the party. But don't you think, as the leader of the party, he has the right to decide and superintend over the affairs of the party? Don't you think so, Dr. Maxwell?
Yeah, I agree with you.
Yes.
Making a categorical statement that I am the leader of this party,
yes,
is in line with their constitution.
Okay.
There is no doubt about it.
Okay.
The only part I look at in the statement made by the governor, which I couldn't synchronize with the modern day way of carrying everybody along,
yes,
talking people into your ideology,
okay,
is the fact that saying that you can leave us. And that you can leave us, one way or the other, has a way of creating certain factions upon factions. You start having segmented factions, and in such a way that the people that you think that are loyal to you, automatically they are only loyal to you by words of man, okay, but deep down within themselves, their loyalty is attached to one or two persons. I think, on a more sincere note, yes, he's the leader of the party. What does a leader do? As a leader, when I was growing up, my mother told us that a senior son
yes,
is like a pit where everybody comes and dumps something.
That happens in Benin tradition.
Yeah, so a senior son is like a pit,
yes,
which means indirectly what they are saying is that a time will come when these younger ones will misbehave. You, as the elders, be ready to receive all these insults, tolerate them, then at the end of the day, create calmness in the house. A statement made by a leader like that, so pronounced, if you cannot join us, leave us, it creates more faction.
Okay,
so
Dr. Maxwell, we are going to continue, but we'll just take a break now to allow us to introduce our other guests. And then we'll get to hear from the governor directly. I actually made that public statement, and how has that impacted on governance? We'll look at that after this break. Okay, it's always a delight to have you back, and also a delight to know that you are spending 60 minutes of your time with us on the show. Just joining us is another highly respected clergyman and a social commentator as well, Dr. Emeka Ekuga. Nice to have you with us on set today. Before he will make his contribution, let's just get an excerpt of how the governor of Edo State, Mr. Governor of Edo State, made a public statement about his leadership of the PDP.
This party, I automatically become the leader of this party. Yes!
In view of the development, the State Publicity Secretary, Chris Nehikare, and legal officer, Arthur Esene, said despite seeming challenges, focus of the party is on its national convention to determine.
We've heard the governor. It's a public statement. Dr. Maxwell Osagi has made his comments as a leader. He must be tolerant. He must carry everybody along. Yes, before we took the break, you were making your comment. You still want to talk on that? Okay, so Dr. Emeka, you can make your contribution. The political imbroglio in PDP, and what's your take on all of that?
Well, before I go on with this, I want to thank God for your life. I want to thank God for saving you from that terrible and horrible accident.
Thank you very
much. Just that God is on your side, and He will always remain on your side.
Amen.
Now, let's talk about the confusion, the embarrassment in Edo State leadership, particularly People Democratic Party, which the governor of the state, Governor Godwin Obaseki, is the leader of the party. I don't expect where you see confusion in the setting and in the structure of this present government. But be it as it may be, in politics, it is always a target of power. And when a leader is, basing everything on power, there must be mistake. There must be confusion. And what we see playing in Edo State, I don't know where, and I'm seeing Governor being a very wise man, but he has to, at the same time, play with caution. He has, at the same time, play with seeking a good and a wonderful counsel from not only other governors, from people in the state also. Okay. There are also wise men in the state. Because if he don't do so, he will bound to make mistakes. There will be confusion everywhere. Especially the way and manner he went to PDP and also won the election. And from the beginning, there are people that are loyalist to him. There are people who has been in the government with him in his first tenure. And now he has come to meet a new family, whether you like it or not. He came to meet a new family. Yes. It is supposed to have a very, very plain playing ground. If he don't play wise, those on the ground will help him for the confusion to continue. If you don't also play wise, those who followed him will also help him to, smoke the confusion the more. The reason is this. If I am here as the leader, I have come to meet you, you were on ground, and the doctor is coming along with me. I would like to please doctor. I would also like to please you. Then when he come in the area of that harmonization, all you have supposed to do is to call the two leaders.
Those who are on the
ground, who are on ground and those who are following him, and said, look, this thing, if it is only me, I will do it the way I want it. Now it's like I have two families in one house. I think both of you should be able to reason together in a hurry. In a hurry. Number one, the delay in appointment of the commissioners is capable of bringing serious embarrassment as long as this government is concerned. Number two, the delay of appointments in other offices is also going to bring confusion as long as the government is running now is concerned. That is going to be serious embarrassment. When it comes to power, you wouldn't want power. I would want power. Doctor will also want power. And if we don't trade in a very common understanding, confusion will keep trading. Confusion will keep ruining. Confusion will keep, overflowing like flood. And the only thing I will advise him to do, already is a leader. He's a leader of the party. He's also the governor of the state. He is number one. So every blame must come to him, whether he agree or not. He has been doing well. There are so many things he do, and if you come, he say, but there is trouble everywhere. How come he's still doing all these things? Yes, it has been his nature. If you look at the State School of Nursing now, and midwifery, if you go there, my brother, it's a different thing entirely. There are areas you go. If I was wondering within yesterday and the day before yesterday, but in all this, he has still been busy doing one or two things that people will say, and if they see it, they will say, this governor is trying. But when it comes to leadership, I tell you the truth, he needs extra mind to lead. He needs one who is not going to be biased in anything. In leadership, he needs one who need not to compromise. If you compromise in leadership, you must make a terrible mistake. And there must be a serious embarrassment in that very setting of the leadership. If you are in a leadership and you compromise, there is no way confusion will not set in. Confusion will set in. Because you wouldn't want to do what you want to do. Doctor would want to do what you want to do. A and B wants to make sure they get their own, and you will not be able to like to dance in the tune of the doctor, nor dance in the tune of you and Agbalawa as a case study, whatever.
Yes.
But you will now stay where you are, and they bring the two, handle it. You will see the government run very properly.
Okay. Before we allow Maxwell to contribute on the topic, political imbroglio and governance in Edo State, we'll just take a brief break now, and after this break, we'll continue with the discussion. Okay, nice to have you back, Dr. Maxwell. Yes. Now, taking this discussion further, don't you think this political imbroglio in the PDP can have a negative effect on governance in Edo State?
Certainly. There is a serious problem in governance in Edo State.
Okay. How do you mean?
Now, what I meant by there is a serious problem in governance in Edo State, for the past 1 year, let's be real, the governor that you and I knew before this time,
yes,
is it the same governor? No, let's be real. No, I don't like playing sentiment with facts and figure.
Yes.
The fact is very clear. And one of the justifications to what I am telling you is that when a father starts telling a child, don't you know I'm your father? There is a problem.
Because he knows you are his father.
Yes. Now, the governor is the leader of the party in Edo State. Yes. We know that. Now, in governance, as we are saying, is he affecting governance? Is the leader as far as this state is concerned. And for the past 1 year, you are not coming on here telling us, sorry. I don't know if any of you have listened to the RP that, oh, there will be contractors will come back to site, work will continue, everything will bounce back and everything. The governor that you and I know does not make
such statements
before you see execution.
Oh, is that the reason they call it wait and see?
We call it wait and see.
That is it.
So if the governor that you and I have the biography of wait and see, you just wake up, your road is already tied, which gave him the massive vote he received in this past election, is not coming to not tell you first, please be sorry. We are sorry. Trailers will come out, all the road will be fixed, majorly in the Benin City environment. To me, there is already a problem by that statement, because that is not the governor that I know. So in this past 1 year, nothing like governance. It's not a political party affair, of which politics is supposed to die at the day of the declaration of the winner, and governance will start. We all watch, let me not use America as a case study, because we might say it's too advanced. But the same governor which I know, proud to today, that we can vouch for, that in tomorrow I can still vouch for and say this man is up and doing, has allowed this element within a political party to not start creating a name that is not his name for him. I think that's the area that is now affecting governance now, that the people is not looking into the political party, the people that are giving him those bad names, but the people are looking at the governor. Did we make mistake by asking this man to come back again? These are things these are indices we need to look into. So I do not expect to start hearing that same statement on her again, that please, sorry, this, you will see trailers, you will see this, you see bulldozer and everything. That is not my governor. That statement is political. The governor that I know does not play politics with development. The governor that I know, Egos, I want to tell you, the Edo State, you just mentioned just
School of Health.
School of Health. Was there noise about it? Did you hear noise about the secretariat? You just woke up, you saw something, and as we speak, something is still happening in the secretariat. Did you hear noise about it? That is the governor that you and I know. So currently speaking, what is happening right now is that the governor is allowing the political element who are giving him advice that is not in line with the developmental strategy, which to me, I know he has, is affecting us right now. So I think he should sit down and say to himself, I only have these 4 years left or 3 years left. If I cannot maintain my name as demonstrated in the first tenure, there is a problem. In as much as I want to fight that, it got to a point that Oshomole became arrogant in nature. But we saw everything. His trademark are still there. And that is what gave rise to the Obaseki that you and I know. If Oshomole has not done well in governance in second term, there is no way you and I would have voted for the governor that we are seeing today. So it's all about development right now, not only about political party. I think it's high time we say no to this political matter of 18 and let's focus on governor. For crying out loud, will the governor come back again for a third term? He's not coming back. It's only here that we just want to kill ourselves in political matter and everything.
Don't you think the governor probably intends to sustain his party in government?
So you are equally not talking about Godfatherism.
No, I'm not saying that.
So if
you are saying that the governor, after 3 years,
he cannot really
he has a political party.
Yes.
Don't you think you will
desire is there ideology in the political party in this country?
That's the next issue we are going.
Thank you.
Dr. Emeka, is there ideology with these political parties?
In the next political party.
We see people moving. The governor came to PDP. Does he really believe in the ideology of PDP? We've seen people move to parties. Do they really believe that? Is the ideology working? Or people just enter a political party because they believe, okay, I can actualize my dreams, my aspiration within this party?
The truth of the matter is that there is no ideology in political party. There is no ideology. That's just the truth. Even if you didn't do well now, you want to cross over to the next party as a governor, they will welcome you. As a president, they will welcome you.
Because you are bringing power to that party.
Yes, that's all.
Every political party wants to be in power.
Yes, every political party wants to be in power. That is just the truth. But it's unfortunate. Nigerians were not learning very fast. Especially when it comes to politics. We're not learning very fast. You and I know that the purpose of being in power, whether in PDP or in APC, in APGA or whatever, is for infrastructures and the developments. And not only that, one of the major reasons is to make sure the masses, the people you are leading benefits. But what we are seeing in Nigeria is not same. We use political parties to make noise. Even if you're not doing well, they will clap and chorus and follow you. Nothing will happen. There's no ideology in political parties. That's just the truth. So I'm advising that let Nigerians focus on leadership. If you have been elected as a governor, irrespective of the party you belong to, focus on developing the state you are asked to govern. And that is the only way we can get it right. And even when you want to make an appointment, you want to bring in people to fill up one office or the other, you will not be looking at this one, the chairman of the leader's brother, this one, my brother. You will put, I've said this, there was a program we also had here one time, I told you, I said, until the government or the governors or the president begin to appoint the right people to the right position, things will not go down well. That's just the truth. Okay. You are a journalist. And if you are to work with the governor now, they will take you as either a commissioner for media, information, and whatever.
No, in Nigeria it's not like
that. But
in
Nigeria, you discover that because of politics, they will take you from a commissioners of do I say works? When you are not an engineer. Are you hearing me? So
as a media man. As a media man. With the Ministry of Work.
Yes.
To be commissioner.
This is where
and I'm not an engineer.
You are not an engineer.
Fashola is the Minister of Works
and he's a lawyer.
Yeah.
He's a lawyer.
That's the country we are in.
So this is what the problem is. There is no common ideology in party system. There is no common ideology.
Okay, thank you, Doctor. We'll come back to you. Dr. Maxwell. Yeah. Now, before we move to the national level, in Edo State, Governor Obaseki was given a platform. He joined the PDP. And PDP platform, he contested and won. He enjoyed massive votes because, like you said, people love him. Ogbane ideology came on board. Yes. Ogbane.
It was a tsunami.
Togba. No,
it don't be Lagos.
It don't be Lagos. You know. Now the governor overwhelmingly won. Now he came with followers, and he met party stalwarts, party members. Now, how do you think this governor can actually carry his followers along with those he met without imbroglio?
Thank you, Agosa.
Yes.
Now, the war that Nigeria engaged in, how was it resolved? People were killed. We are not talking about someone killed someone or someone killed someone. People were killed, ammunitions were bought, the civil war. But at the end of the day, what happened? A round table.
Dialogue.
Now, I think that is the part, that is the area where I felt the governor they streamline his works a bit. Because what you have succeeded in doing is that you have triggered more the crisis by saying, if you cannot join us, leave us, rather than create conflict in the party.
Maybe some persons are not obeying his leadership.
No, the idea is this. The people that are not obeying his leadership are obeying someone. Now, it is your duty in life, at a point, we need to drop our pride.
Okay.
Of a truth. If you must allow certain things to move on, drop pride and say, okay, let's do this thing. It's not you sending someone. Now, one of the characteristics that made Oshomole popular is the fact that Oshomole, if he needs something from you, from what I was able to gather, if Oshomole needs something from you, midnight, he can come to your house. Afternoon, he can come to your house. He will drop his governorship position and humble himself because he needs that particular thing. And by the time you see that, the governor demonstrated one thing recently, when this man lost the mother, something like that, the former general that contested. Ariabe said he was surprised to see the governor come to his house. That alone, you can take it to the bank and he can fetch you anything. Now, that is the point I'm trying to make. There are these key leaders who these people subscribe. Take it or you leave it. This thing is not all about money. There are some persons, their loyalty is not money. It's based on who that leader has been to them. So there is nothing you will give to them today that will change their orientation about that person.
Yeah.
Are you getting me?
Yeah.
So that's why when you see that leader moves to this place, they follow. I also believe that the governor has those kind of followers. So if you as a leader, you have those kind of followers, what makes you not think that automatically these people will just say yes to you and ignore their leader? No.
So there's a brick wall that must be brought down.
That must be brought down. Meet these people. See, I keep saying it.
Yeah.
The God in heaven, the King of kings, the Lord of lords, the Almighty God, the creator of the universe and the earth, he said something. He said, let's come together and reason. That is the man.
That's dialogue.
That is dialogue. That is the man who created everything you and I. He's still calling you that he just brought sand and said, you have life. He's still telling you, come, let's
reason together. Let's talk together.
How much more you and I living here, we have conflict. What is that conflict that we cannot resolve in a table? I think the governor, there is no issue here to me. If the people that works with governor are actually sincere to the governor, there is no issue here. He's actually advising the governor to do the right thing at the right time. You see these same people that are agitating here and there, I understand there must be harmonization. There is no way this party will say this one go away, or this one will say this one go away. Round table will solve it. If I have a template of where I say, okay, my 10 should take over that 10 position, I am not fair. So it's my duty to call those leaders. Be open. Sincerity is the key. Open-minded is the key to this kind of discussion. Lay down your plan. These are my plan. How do you see it? You. I'm not saying this is how I want it to go. Now, how do you see it? You tell me, how do you want us to do it? Get that observation from that person. Go to the other leader. How do you see it? What do you want us to do on this part?
Yes.
Get that observation. They collate all your fact together, put them down, do a critical analysis, plus Y, Z, E, and get your fact. And at the end of the day, everybody will be happy.
Yes.
That is what is supposed to be done, rather than allowing political party to now start disturbing the governance which we elected the governor for to do. Thank you.
Okay, Dr. Meka.
Thank you, my brother.
The way forward now.
Well,
the way forward.
Doctor,
there are still some positions
that has not been given
occupied.
Yeah.
Yeah. Don't you think issue of position could be part of this problem now?
Serious.
Those the governor met in the party, those that came with the governor, they need positions. Those in the party need positions. Those that came with governor need positions. How do we harmonize this issue?
Well, the truth is that whether we like it or not,
yes,
it must be like that. It must be like that. And like what doctor said, for him to start getting it better and better, he has been doing well, honestly. Even when you talk about harmonization, I believe this round tables has also been on ground. He must have been calling leaders, sitting together.
Yeah, there was a report where a crucial meeting was called.
Good.
And top chieftains of the party attended.
Those are not supposed to be public.
I am sure
that kind of discussion is not supposed to be public.
Yes.
Yes.
He must have been doing that, which you and I may not have an idea of. I am sure, because he will not be happy to see his government, being rubbished. Embarrassment becomes something else. But I will advise him. I'll keep advising. I will also keep advising. In remaining appointments, you should look inward. Balance it. Balance it. If he has taken this from this end, then those who followed him, come back again from those you meet on the ground. Balance the appointment. But at the same time, when he's still appointing, if it's in the medical section, take a medical personnel. If it is in the engineering section, take an engineering personnel. And I think at the end, he will get it all right, because he still have an ambition. I'm sure. He's not stopping.
Nobody knows that. Whether Mr. Godwin Obaseki has ambition to vie for any position after
no human being, as long as politics is concerned.
Yes.
Listen, my brother, let's not politicalize this one. Whether you like it or yes, I'm saying it now, that the governor of Edo State still have ambition to aspire higher.
We cannot speak for him.
Well, it's not you cannot speak for him. We are going out of what we are discussing. Just take it from me, because it can't stop here. Take it from me.
Okay, what you are saying that because the governor has performed well,
he will still
people might encourage him to continue. That's what you are trying to say.
If you come that way, fine. I agree with you. He can't stop here. He has an ambition to aspire.
Okay.
Yes. So what am I trying to say? I will advise him, let him relax his mind. Let him relax his mind. And another thing, we give him a quality leader. Make him a quality and a better leader. Let him have this quick to hear and slow to speak. Like what doctor said, the time he said, if you don't want to be in the party, you can leave us. Most of these people he is quoting or looking or saying this to are people he came to meet. Even if they are not good enough, you are the leader today. Bring them in. They had an idea before this time. What was those here good ideas? His intention today is to make sure Edo State is peaceful. Edo State in the infrastructure is getting it perfect. That is his peculiar attention, making sure that the people of Edo State, they are happy with his governance. So I should advise him, let him sit down, don't rush in talking. Don't rush in making statements, as it has not been his nature. Let him still remain on that quality. If people wake up today, they will see a new thing. They say, this one, which day they start on? That is why they call him wake and see. Let that same spirit return back to him. And those that followed him, those he met, bring them together, sit down time to time. Everybody don't have the same idea. We are in the media now talking to the whole world. his idea, my idea, your idea, it's not the same. I say the way it is in my mind.
Yeah.
You say the way it is in your mind.
Yes.
And those same people will come the same way. And when they come, you as a leader carefully sit down, bring everything they have brought your table together, and see how you can make a better impact with all those their ideas. I think.
Thank you. We'll come back to you.
Well, he will end well.
Okay, we'll come back to you. Dr. Maxwell, your closing remarks now, but I want you to digress a little. Governor Godwin Obaseki has received accolades because of his developmental strides. You mentioned what he's doing with the nursing school now, amazing structures. We've seen the John Odige complex for training civil servants. It's a wonderful structure. We've seen the secretariat. I've been there, and you know, there's the functional lifts. We've seen all that this governor is doing. Now, some persons believe that this governor is business-oriented. He's a man that is not a normal politician. He has a focus in terms of development. Now, we've seen that the library now has been brought down. Commissioner for Information says they are bringing a shopping mall. They've signed MOU. This man wants to turn Edo State to maybe a mini London. How should he go about it? Briefly.
Yeah, but first of all, I really do not know where they are taking the library to.
No, they said.
They informed us.
Yeah, they said they've taken it to the secretariat. The secretariat.
Okay.
Why this construction goes on, they will now give some floors to the library. That's what the Commissioner of Information told us.
Okay. Because I was worried. A society without reading culture is a big issue. We all know what book can do to an average individual. Now, going back to what you said, we understand. There is no gainsaying on the capability or the wherewithal of what the governor can do. But just like I will always say, if you don't manage success, success will manage you.
That's right.
And an average human being, they are just praise singers. As soon as the governor leaves, is a different story entirely. Now we now have politicians who believe in stomach infrastructure, and they can go to any land to paint picture in such a way that, will bust the head of the leader and just do what ought not to be. Now the end product of that is this. The governor, indeed, is a man we know. Now, one of the reasons why I began to get worried is that this man, for the 4 years we saw him, is not a politician. So he doesn't want the people to be suffering. But today, the people are now making the governor to become a politician. And this is what politician does. They suffer the people. Now, part of those suffering, have you traveled through Saple Road in recent times? Go to ROCC Junction. Go to Ogege. The governor that I know who wasn't a politician 4 years ago, I also believe he's not a politician now. He's a technocrat. We don't allow people to be spending 3, 4, 5 hours just within one junction that will take someone 5 minutes. Whether it's a federal government
maybe they
road,
have plans to do it.
Whether it's a federal government road, yes, he has plans, but I've always told you, I've told you that the governor that I know does not speak. You see action. It doesn't linger for too long. It doesn't linger. You just see execution. So he's not a politician. I know him. Sir, in case you are listening, whatsoever I am saying, I'm a natural person. I know when to say you are wrong and when to say you are right. But right now, the people around you are making you to become a politician, and which we know that you are not, but a good leader that we all elected. So what we are begging him, let him go back to his 4 years and leave all these crops of politicians who don't have any other business, but who always drive around leader and get whatsoever they want to get, because they don't have any other business. All they know is just politics, 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 politics. They're creating confusion for the governor who is meant to deliver on the developmental strategy that that the governor has. So my point is this.
Yes.
He's not a politician, and he shouldn't act as one.
Okay.
He should make sure that the problem we are passing through, another thing I want to say is this. I understand. We are suffering. We just finished rainy season. I also believe, I don't know the background of the Benin water storm project. Yeah. Whatsoever is surrounding that project and everything, I want to believe that government is continuous. How to arrest that water.
Okay.
It should be taken care of.
Time is not our friend. The director has just indicated, but a quick one, Dr. Meka, just a quick one, one word.
Well, my governor, as I know, we can say governor, I am still convinced, I am still sure he will end well.
Amen.
There is no doubt in my spirit that
Amen.
What he started best in the first tenure, he will continue and he will finish it. Sapele Road is already, if you go towards PZ and whatever, you see that they are working on that place very fast. And there are other areas we've not been able to penetrate. He's still also working. We want him to do more. I want him to do better. And those that you're a politician does not mean you should not deliver. He's ruling under the platform of a political party. So automatically he's a politician. But he should not politicalize everything as Nigerian politics.
Dr. Meka, I want to thank you.
Thank you.
I want to thank you. Dr. Maxwell, thanks for your contribution.
Thank you, sir.
My viewer out there, thanks for being a part of this show. And the crew here has been very wonderful, led by Peter. Wonderful, wonderful performance behind the scene. Thanks for being a part of today's program. Do have a wonderful weekend ahead. Bye-bye.